comparison of a lot of the Godzillas that we've had in GTA 5. It is not all of them,
but a lot of them.
And starting out, we have something very weird looking. We have had this in GTA 5 before, and this is Luca Godzilla. I don't know how you can be a Godzilla when you're the size of me, 6 foot. This is like 6'5" or something. Now, these sizes aren't super accurate to what they really are, because you're gonna see some weird things like baby Godzilla here. And I don't even think this exists. It looks normal. There's a name for the spikes on the back of the Godzilla. You guys can let me know that in the comments below. What is the name of the spikes, the atomic breath blue thingies? Yeah, on his back. I know the atomic breath is what comes out of his mouth, but this is the normal plain Jane Godzilla that's really small and probably not very powerful, and I could probably just punch it in his face. Yep, that Godzilla's out of commission. Now we're talking. Even though this Godzilla is also small, it has some power you can see. If I punch this one, it probably wouldn't feel so good. Now, if you guys want some real Godzillas, drop a like on this video and let me know in the comments below if there's even a Godzilla that exists this small. Now we're gonna move on to something a little bit bigger. Oh, and maybe a little bit more powerful. This, there's a lot of names for it. I always get it wrong. Atomic, nuclear Godzilla, fire Godzilla. Let me know the real name for that in the comments below. But even though you might have the right name for this, is that even the Godzilla that this is? Because it's a tiny version. Look how small. And we're moving on yet again to a, whoa. This is called the Godzilla terrestris or something like that. However, we know that this actual thing is much bigger than this. Look how small I am next to it. Not very small. This is a lie. This is not real. This is a lot bigger. All right, now we have used a giant version in GTA 5 before, but this is the only one of these we have today because we have a lot of very exciting Godzillas to show you. Now let's move on to the next Godzilla. Now we're getting into the real stuff. This is where size starts to become a factor. This is Skeleton Godzilla. We have actually never used the giant version of Skeleton Godzilla in GTA 5 before, and some of these sizings are definitely off, but this is the GTA 5 version of the size comparison with Godzilla's in it, and somebody's head got in my way. It's probably because there's 3 heads on this Godzilla, and it looks very weird because all 3 heads don't have eyeballs. Only the head in the middle does. But anyways, back to the Skeleton Godzilla. It looks huge, and you can see
how small I am
just next to its foot. Now we can talk about the 3-headed ugly beast. We are really upgrading and upgrading quickly. This thing is the 3-headed Godzilla, and you can see on its back, it doesn't have the blue from the power of the atomic breath like the little small guy here does. And, not this one. This one doesn't have too much to talk about because it's not that special, just 3 heads. But if there was 3 beams to come out of his mouth, that would be scary. And this is where things are really off. Mecha Godzilla is probably way bigger than this. If you see the size of me versus the size of Mecha Godzilla, I would assume it's way bigger than this. However, this could be a very accurate sizing. Let me know in the comments below how tall Mecha Godzilla actually is, because looking at this, there is no power on the back yet. We could make that happen. But according to GTA 5, Franklin's kind of about 6 foot. And if we multiply that a bit, this thing seems to be standing at about 100 to 120 feet tall. Ooh, I wonder how much that weighs. That's got to be a lot of weight. Now, this Mecha Godzilla could definitely take out this thing and this. This doesn't even have any power anywhere. It can take out all the babies as well. But moving on up, let's see if Mecha Godzilla is going to be able to take out Godzilla Ultima. Now, this could be accurate sizing, and all of the other big ones could be incorrect. But Godzilla Ultima, I was thinking, is actually quite massive. In GTA 5, he's not even that big, but his tail, it just keeps going up. He does look really cool looking. Look at that thing. But his eyes are looking a little Pennywise like. Maybe this is Pennywise Godzilla. I don't know. Godzilla Ultima with all those teeth too? Wow. And then if you look close enough in his mouth, because you know Godzilla Ultima uses the rings as the atomic breath. Look at that. That's like the little ring blaster thing or something. There's no tongue. I don't even see a tongue. I would say Godzilla Ultima could definitely take on Mecha Godzilla, but Mecha Godzilla is extremely strong. You know what? I'm going to take that back. Mecha Godzilla probably could take Godzilla Ultima. But moving on to something that definitely doesn't exist, unless you're talking about GTA 5. This is Sonic Godzilla. You can see there's not much power on the spikes on the back. There's a name for this, but I just can't think of it. But Sonic Godzilla looks insane. We also have a Knuckles Godzilla, but we're just gonna put Sonic in this one. In the face of this thing, oh my goodness, he's kind of terrifying. But you can see how big he is compared to the Godzilla Ultima and even Franklin. Franklin is
Getting really tiny.
We're gonna go ahead and run to the next Godzilla because you know it's getting bigger, bigger, and even bigger. Okay, if you guys know what this Godzilla is, because I have no clue until we go to the top, let me know in the comments below. What do you think this is? This, actually, I have a good idea what I think it is. I'm gonna say this is Venom Godzilla. I'm just taking a wild guess right now. And my guess was way off. It's Chop Godzilla. What the heck? Oh, Chop Godzilla actually has that power in the spikes on the back and the tail. Just imagine a dog Godzilla. This is Chop, though. I don't know what Franklin's thinking right now, but his dog is literally a Godzilla, and Franklin hasn't even become a Godzilla yet. This is crazy. Now, well, that's gonna be a lot of dog food for that dude. But let's move on up to something even crazier. Bloop Godzilla. Bloop Godzilla definitely should be a lot bigger than this, and he looks a little weird with the mixed bloop and the Godzilla texture, but he definitely has the power in the spikes on the back. I don't know what it's called. Come on now, bear with me. But the mouth, imagine the atomic breath blast out of this thing. That's a big mouth. And you guys can see
How small I am.
compared to just Bloop Godzilla. And if you look all the way down the line here, we have had some major upgrades. We can go from the beginning to the where we are now, unless you want to go to the next one. These are all not accurate sizings. These are just for GTA 5. This, I think, is called Burning Godzilla. See, I get this one, Fire Godzilla, Nuclear Godzilla, all of them mixed up. This is Burning Godzilla, and this dude is massive. Holy crap. Just for size reference, there's Franklin. Oh, he's as big as his toenail. And you can see this dude is nothing to play with. He's huge. And he's definitely like an older Godzilla, but look at his eyes. His eyes look crazy. Oh, and the spiky thingies definitely have some power on the back and a crazy looking tail too. All right, I don't know the size of this, but if I was to guess, with Godzilla Ultima's tail, he's definitely much bigger than 120 feet, but Mega Godzilla is 120 feet. Let's go ahead and say that Burning Godzilla is probably 240 feet. I want you guys in the comments below to let me know, how heavy do you think they are? Whoa, moving on to the next one, Godzilla Earth, but this sizing on this one is way off. Godzilla Earth is way bigger than all of them. Huge. But in GTA 5, Godzilla Earth is pretty small. You can see Franklin here, even though this Godzilla is still massive. But Godzilla Earth is like the biggest Godzilla, and that is definitely not accurate. You could almost say he's kind of shorter than Burning Godzilla, which makes no sense. 240 feet. I want to know how tall Burning Godzilla actually is, and we're gonna say that this version of Godzilla Earth is 235 feet. Oh, Venom Godzilla! Oh my gosh! Now this would be something insane with how Venom is, with all the tentacle thingies, how Venom works. Look at the teeth and the eyes, and then the power in the back on the tail. Power everywhere. Oh man, this is actually one of the most unique Godzillas that I have. You can even see some of the Venom stuff coming off of it. It's everywhere. Oh, that's actually one of the coolest Godzillas that's ever been seen on the channel. And not many of you have probably even seen that Godzilla. That is a crazy one. They're all like levitating. What the heck? Moving on to the next Godzilla. Now, this Godzilla was actually in yesterday's size comparison video, and I see that you guys are really liking him. So, Hulk Godzilla. We already went over this dude with his big arms and everything else, as long as you've seen yesterday's video. But look at the spikes and everything. He kind of looks a little funny looking. And I would say he's probably like 260 feet tall. Very fat looking, though. Let's move on to the next one. Rich Godzilla. Oh, look at the power in his mouth. His eyes are powerful. Okay, this dude is sparkling and shiny. The power in the back up through the tail, but the gold all through his body, the shine. This dude is crazy looking. He probably shoots out gold dust out of his mouth or money. But look how big Franklin is compared to this beast. He's, well, Franklin's kind of small compared to this dude. Let's move on to the next one. Here we go. Whoa, even bigger? I'm gonna have to say this thing's gotta be like 310 feet tall or something. This is Zombie Godzilla, even though it doesn't look too zombie-ified until a zombie apocalypse starts. You can see the green goo all over him. You can see the power in the back and the tail, in the eyes, in the mouth. Oh yeah, this thing's ready to rock and roll if it had to. And once again, look how small Franklin is. That little speck down there.
That's tiny.
And moving on to the next Godzilla, even bigger. I'm kind of making up the height numbers because I'm just basing it off Franklin's height, but the regular Godzilla is even bigger than all of these Godzillas. Like, we have so many Godzillas that is taller than, like, everything. Let's keep on going. Rich Godzilla, zombie Godzilla, regular Godzilla. Wow, they look really cool from this angle. And then, last but not least, here we go. I went over this list really fast. What do you think this red thing is on the right? I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's red, but it's not supposed to be red. He's just a little upset. I'm gonna keep going. You can see the arms, you can see the legs, you can see a lot of things. What do you think this is in the comments below? Come on, comment down below. What do you think it is? It is Zilla, and it's red. I don't know why it's red. This looks so weird, but it does have the power in the back. The tail looks very weird on this thing, but this is Zilla that has red, that's raging. If you look inside of his mouth, you can see some power in there. We all need to be very careful of that. You can see how tall he is compared to the previous Godzillas. He's massive. All the way from Luca Godzilla, that Godzilla got destroyed, to all of these Godzillas. Those are kind of small. Skeleton, three-headed, Mecha, Godzilla Ultima, Sonic Godzilla, Chop Godzilla, Bloop Godzilla, Burning Godzilla, Godzilla Earth, Venom, Hulk, Rich Godzilla, Zombie Godzilla, regular Godzilla, and the Beast. Oh my gosh. There's a lot more Godzillas I have had in GTA 5, and if you want to see a lot more like Shin Godzilla, anything else, let me know in the comments below. Drop a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.